Hey guys, Gun Collector 87 here. Just want to bring you another video of a couple of my toys I got. So I got here with us today a couple of Sccy 9mm. These are the CPX1s, you can probably already tell. And just in a couple different colors is about the gist of it here. Now this is the latest one I had got. But it's been quite a few months ago that I ever bought this pistol. A local pawn shop was closing up here in town, and went over and snagged this thing for a really good price, less than 200 bucks, and picked that one up. So I picked up this one off of Gun Broker. It had to have a little work done to it, but nothing major. It was just when the slide was pulled back to its rear form there, it would hang up. So the guide rod was catching, and just a little work on it, and it fixed it. Let's make sure nothing's in before we actually get too much further. Nothing's there. We're going to do the same thing on this one. Drop the mag. Nothing. And nothing in the chamber. So these guns are pretty good little guns. I think they're just a tad bit too thick. Of course, they are a double stack magazine, as you can tell. They're a good carry gun. They're not overly heavy. I hate a real heavy gun, and this doesn't fit that category for me. Although it does fit the wide grip there. That grips just a little bit too much. You can tell I still have to sort of turn the gun a little bit to drop the mag. But other than that, I wonder if they could shave just a little bit, maybe off the back. I don't know, maybe they can do that one time. They got a CPX3. I haven't been able to get my hands on one of those yet. Haven't been keeping an eye out for it, but I might snag me one of those one day. Like I said, both of these are CPX1s, and I do have a CPX2, but it's not here at the moment. That was actually my very first CPX pistol from Sccy I bought. It was also at the same pawn shop that I got this orange frame through. So these little guns, I wish I had my CPX2. I can compare them, but the main difference is you have, and this is the CPX1, you have the manual safety on the CPX1 models here. You can see CPX1 right there. And that's basically it. They are configured the same. They weigh nearly the same. A little bit of weight difference on the CPX2 because of you don't have your safety here, but I mean that can't make up a big difference. I don't imagine so. Probably half an ounce, if that, maybe, because that's not very heavy anyways. It's plastic mainly. But I'll show you guys how to take this apart. These guys here are apart here in a minute, and as far as I know, I guess the CPX3 would be the same. You'll just pull this little pin out after you slide your slide back and lock it. This literally almost falls out, and then you'll take your own apart, sort of like just about any other pistol. So these little CPX 1s and 2s, you'll get 2 mags with it, and I have several mags here. I've got 4 there, 1 in a gun. I think I've got a couple more in the safe. And I'm pretty sure these are made in their own factory. I don't think another company makes these, like that Canic I reviewed, Mechgar makes those. I think Sccy makes these. I forgot who makes them. It's been a while since I've looked them up. And they are 10 rounds. You get 2 of them in your box. Here's your show you what your little box looks like. Nothing. Now they may have changed the designs. I'm not too sure. That's about what it is. And they have a very good warranty, by the way, as well. I've sent not one of these, but I sent my black one off, my CPX2. Had a mag rattle. There's a little rust on that one, surface rust. But one of my mags had a little rattle in it when I'd shake it, and and I think one of my my dots came off of my back sight. So they ended up sending me 2 mags. They put a new guide rod in it for some reason. They replaced the rear sight, and of course the guide rod with the spring on it. They did that as well. I was thinking they just did the spring, but they did the whole thing. I didn't even ask them about that. I just wanted another magazine, basically. But they asked me to send the whole pistol in, so I wasn't complaining. They paid for shipping too, there and from my house to their facility, so not a bad deal. Let's take this big bad boy apart. They're real easy. This is the first time I've taken this orange one apart, so you're seeing what I'm seeing. No funny camera tricks. So we're going to lock it back. And you should be able to just pull this out. Let's see here. You can take probably just about whatever you want to pull that out with. You can take a shell, the head of the shell casing, the brass case, and it'll fit down in this divot right there. And you can just extract that right out there. It's nearly a perfect fit too. So that's your takedown pin. You're going to drop your slide and bring it on out. And this is a brand new gun, and like I said, it's never been fired. Here's your guide rod and spring, your barrel, and your slide, and that is it. I like how simple these guns are getting to be anymore to take down. Now, if you need it to take this, I can't think it's a housing or something. If you need to take this off, I have before. You pop these pins out where my thumbs are. You'll pop these out, and this slides right out of the frame, and that'll encase your hammer and your safety, your slide release. And that is all there is to take these guns apart. Your CPX1 here would be the same. It's just the same gun, different colors, all it is. You take them apart, and that's it, guys. That's all that it is. And you can still see a little bit of shine of oil on it. That's from the factory. It's the first time this gun's been disassembled. So let's take her back, put it back together. You're going to take your barrel and put it back in. And remember, you're going to have to put your guide rod spring in a certain way. Stick it in there, and it'll sit down on the barrel lug here. And it's real easy actually to snap that down in there. It's not bad. Once you get that, line your rails up, and you're going to pull it all the way back to lock it. Now this might be the tricky part, and you might not be able to see it through there. You might be able to. But you're going to line it up just like that to where that hole in the center, because you need to push this all the way through. And then you might have, it makes a little snap. And that should be the thing. It should be good to go. Shouldn't have a problem no more. There it is. Let's take function checks here. Seems good. Now when you flip this on safety here, your trigger here, it disengages it. Then when you flip it back down to fire, it stiffens up. And this is a very stiff trigger because this is a double action only, and it's about a 9-pound trigger, which is pretty stout. that alone can be a safety, because your CPX2s really don't have that safety, and they just still have that heavy trigger on them, which you can get a trigger group aftermarket and set in these. Lightens it up a bit, but I wouldn't do that. It's really not a big deal. If you shoot this pistol enough, you'll get used to it. Let's see. The width on these little guys, they're a little chunky, a little thick. It's right at 1 inch. It is a double stack magazine. They both are, the CPX1s and CPX2 are both hammer fired pistols. As you can tell in the back, you can see that move. That is your not internal hammer, but that is your less exposed hammer is what I would call it, but somebody out there would know. But still, it is fireable with the hammer. Does fine. That's where you get your heavy trigger pull. Your barrel, I forgot to mention when I had it out, is 3.1 inches. Not too bad. With the full magazine, I think these weigh around 21 ounces, a little over a pound, which it still ain't bad. It's manageable. It's a manageable pistol. I don't think it's heavier than any of the G2Cs or the G2s out there in its size. So, like I say, you'll get the box, 2 mags, and all your little paper inside. Let me take a peek at the paperwork. This isn't the correct box for these guns. I think this one's for my. This is the CPX1. I don't know. It says carbon black on the back. I don't know, on the side there. Here you go. These are your flat base mounts for your magazine. If you wanted to change those, real simple. And I can do, if you want me to change the magazine in another video, let me know. You'll push this down and this base will slide out. So you get your flat base mounts, then you will just replace a TR10, TR10G Arma laser. And it's at 20% off. You get a lifetime warranty with this pistol, and that was what happened with my black one. When they replaced the magazine, the lifetime warranty kicked in, so it didn't cost me nothing, and they sent it out. And probably short of you running this thing over, they will replace, which ain't bad. You can't beat their warranty really. Kind of like a high points warranty, but there's no I don't have any high points at this house. I've owned a few of those, and they're decent. They're okay. They go boom. And your manual. It has your components, their names, your trigger lock, and your keys. And that's what's in here, guys. So if you have a chance, opportunity, maybe you're new to the guns and you don't really know which one you want, look these guys up. Go to your pawn shop. They should be there. Now they're making some of these with Crimson Trace lasers attached to the top, which pushes these guns almost $350. I'm not for that. That's a little too much. A little too much money. You don't need a laser on top of it. And it's literally, it's on top of where your rear sight is. It's a little ridiculous in my opinion. But if you have a chance, or if you are looking for another handgun, check these guys out. Go somewhere where you can shoot them first. I always advise that. You might not like it. You might not like how thick the grips are, and they are chunky. And see what you think. Put 100 rounds through them. My other black Sccy CPX2 has probably about 500 rounds through it, and it's done well after they replaced some stuff. And like I said, they replaced the guide rod and the spring, and to me it didn't need it, but I sent it in for the sights, and the magazine was rattling. And I got back 2 new magazines and another, and fixed my guide rod for some reason. But guys, this is about all the video, and we're going to close it up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe, share, and hit that like button down at the bottom. Let me know what you think. If you got any ideas or anything you want to see a little bit more on these guns, if you want me to take those mags apart or something for you, let me know. Comment down there, and I'll get back at you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.